I'm Colette Harrison, and I'm very happy to be here. I am at a point where I was reflecting on this the other day. It seems that my various worlds are coming together at this point in time. I am the co-chair, soon to be only chair, I think, of the Greater Dayton Ethnic and Cultural Diversity Caucus, which is the remaining group from the Community Summit on Eliminating Racism that brought me to Dayton in 2002. And we are currently looking at a lot of the events that are happening and the challenges that are facing our immigrant and refugee populations. We had a forum, a very successful forum, back at the end of February, where we brought together people from the refugee community, the different groups and organizations that are working with refugees, and most importantly, from my way of thinking, the community at large that have expressed an interest in helping with volunteering in working with different groups of the population, but say, I'd like to be involved, but how do I do that? Where do I go? What do I do? And so on. And so this forum was an opportunity for them to hear from refugees and immigrants and from organizations as to what they're doing and where the needs are. A lot of people did get information as to how they could help, not only with English, but particularly with mentoring. One of the things that we're finding is that while Catholic Social Services and other organizations do a great job as far as a gateway into the community, they're not doing enough to, or they're not able to do enough to continue the process once the refugees are here for 3 months. And it's sort of, okay, now what? So this is where we in the community need to find a way to step up and get engaged in being buddies to the arriving citizens and help them understand how to navigate what's going on in the community. One of the things that I found in particular, I have a friend who's here from Ethiopia she lived in Egypt for a number of years and then came over here, and simple things that we take for granted, like going to the supermarket and what is this stuff on the shelves? You know, and they have no clue. And I watched a video not too long ago about refugees arriving, and well-intentioned people who had prepared apartments for them had stocked the refrigerators and stocked the cabinets with goods that we would normally enjoy. And the refugees had no understanding of what these foods were. So we need to do a better job of understanding what foods are appropriate and how to obtain them. I'm also a member of the Baha'i Faith, and we had a gathering the other day, and some friends of mine at the Ahmadiyya Mosque were talking also about gatherings with some of the refugees that they know. And one thing that struck us is that when we have these gatherings, you know, we think of refreshments, of having cookies and all sorts of things especially for the children, because that's what we're used to. Well, they're used to having fruit. And so we have to change our mindset to accommodate what people from other cultures are used to having, and start reaching out in different ways. So these are things that from a faith perspective and from a community development perspective are very important. So that brings my diversity work and my interfaith work together in new and exciting ways that I had not anticipated. I'm also a member of the World House Choir, which continues the work that I've done for over 20 years with One Human Family Workshops, which uses music as a means of connecting hearts and opening discussions on some of the thornier issues that we might not normally have conversations about. So, for example, using songs like some of the traditional spirituals and gospel music, so songs like Go Down Moses, where, you look at the lyrics and who is Moses? Who amongst us can be a Moses? Who can be a leader in this community? Who can help bring people out of Egypt, out of the deserts and the challenges that we face? Who are the pharaohs? What are the challenges? Who are what are the isms that we face in our community today? In light of some of the challenge, I wrote something on my Facebook page after going to a meeting last week or the week before about the closing of Good Sam, and looking at it's all well and good that our community comes together in crisis and that we band together. And we had Good Sam, which was a catalyst for some of the community, some of the neighborhoods banding together. And then we had the KKK rally, and we had a bigger group of people come together. And then we have had more recently the tornadoes, and we have an even bigger group to come together. What's it going to take for all of us to come together in unity and peace and love on an ongoing basis? And so it seems to me that that's where I have been called to put my energies at this point in time. And as I said, it seems that that's where all of my worlds are connecting at this point. So my diversity work, my interfaith work, my music and other work are all coalescing into one big something. And so we move forward at this point with all of these things. I'm excited because we are starting a dialogue group next Thursday, June 27th, at the Dayton Downtown Library in Conference Room 1A. Which is one of the smaller rooms, and I hope that we will outgrow it very quickly, but from 5:30 to 7, which is meant to be an interfaith, multi-faith dialogue on what is it that we can, from our various faith backgrounds, bring to the table to acknowledge the oneness of God, the oneness of humanity, and the essential oneness of all of the teachings of our different faith backgrounds as we move from the stage of and the turbulence that we are in at this point into the passage into maturity that we are now approaching as humankind. So I invite everybody to come and join me at this event, which I hope will be one of an ongoing series of discussions. Also, yes, we have World Refugee Day tomorrow, and Khadijah's event, and I look forward to seeing everybody at all of these, and I have business cards if anybody wants more information. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.